to NSC111 Foundation of Nursing class. I am Dr. Elizabeth Joseph Shehu, your facilitator. Today, we will be discussing theories of human need today. And there are quite a number of theories that have been propounded about human need. However, we are going to focus our attention on Maslow's hierarchy of need and the Adler's existence relatedness growth theory of need. These are the two we will be discussing in our class today. We start with Maslow's hierarchy of need. Abraham Harold Maslow was a renowned psychologist and philosopher. He lived between April 1, 1908 and June 8, 1970. He was a scholar and was referred to as the father of humanistic psychology. In 1943, Abraham H. Maslow observed and concluded that 1. Needs are hierarchical in nature. 2. The need networks for most people is very complex, with a number of needs affecting the behaviors of each person at any point in time. 4. People respond to these needs in a progressive manner. That is, from simple physiological need, which is survival need, to more complex aesthetic need, and that they do so as whole and integrated being. So both the survival need and the aesthetic need must be integrated for one to become for one to be able to pose that yes, my needs have been met. When one set of needs is satisfied, it ceases to be a motivator again. That is, when your physiological need has been satisfied, it will be a motivator for you to say, oh, because I have satisfied my physiological need, my need for food has been satisfied, so I will now be working towards actualization. No, but the moment you have achieved that physiological need, that ceases to be a motivator for you to get to another level. Lower needs must be satisfied in general before higher level needs are activated sufficiently to drive behavior. So in another, you must achieve the lower level, because this Maslow hierarchy of need start from the lower level to the highest level. So the lower level need must be satisfied in general. The need for sleep, the need for sleep, the need for food, the need for sex, all those needs, basic needs, the need for air and oxygen must be fulfilled before the higher level, which is security and aesthetic needs and the like. So there are more ways to satisfy higher level needs than there are for lower level needs. Consequently, Maslow identified various needs that motivate behavior and placed them in sequential hierarchy or graded order according to their significance to human survival in ascending order, that is, from physiological to self-actualization. He posited that the basic need of all people, regardless of age, sex, social class, or state, that if the person is sick or well, can be categorized in these 5 levels. That is, the physiological need, safety and security need, belongings and love, esteem need, and self-actualization. But when you look at the next diagram we look at, we'll see that the physiological need that is number 1 here is the least. So this, according to Maslow hierarchy, for an individual that is sick or well, all these needs must follow each other before the basic one, which is the physiological need, must have been met, followed by the need for safety and security, the need for belongings and love, esteem, and before you start talking about self-actualization. Example of the physiological need: these are the needs that motivate an individual behavior, that is, whether the person is sick or well. The physiological need in form of hunger, that is food, thirst or bodily comfort, etc., or safety and security need, the need for structure, that predictability out of danger, free from harm, feel safe and secure. That is ability for you to say that yes, I'm secure. You have a roof under your head, and the need for belongings and love, the need to be accepted by others and to have strong personal tie with one family, friends and identity group. Esteem, the need to achieve, be competent, gain approval and recognition. And lastly, self-actualization, that is the need to find self-fulfillment and reach one potential in all areas of life. And what hierarchy, Maslow hierarchy of need is talking about, that this physiological need is the basic need. It must be fulfilled before you start thinking of safety and security. So when this one has been met, you don't need this one to now say, oh, it will motivate me to get safety and security. No, this one, when you meet this one, the next one you will meet, you will need is the need for safety and security. When you have gotten a roof under your head, you feel secure. You now be thinking, oh, that is when you know that who loved me, who did not love me, which family did I belong to, who is my best friend, and so on and so forth. After that one has been met, which is the third need, now you now start thinking, oh, I need to achieve this, I need to be competent in this. That is esteem. I need to be recognized. And the last one, when that one, when you feel that yes, I'm competent in what I'm doing, as a nurse, I'm competent in my work, I know people know my worth, that is self-esteem. Then you start thinking about self-fulfillment. Have I actually reached my potential in life? And probably that is why we have many nurses here. Yes, their physiological need has been met, safety and security have been met. Yes, they belong to a wonderful family, wonderful colleague, wonderful association, work association. Then they have achieved, at least to the extent that, oh, they can be CNO, they can be chief nursing officer, but they have not reached their fulfillment. The fulfillment of, like, I want to reach the heights of my career, and that is what brought them into the BNSC program. That is Maslow hierarchy of need. And this is the diagrammatic representation of Maslow hierarchy. Like what we are saying here, physiological need is the basic need, the need for food, breath, water, sex, sleep, homeostasis, excretion. They are the basic one. These one are the basic that everybody, yes, you can get them without any much struggle. You can get food, you can get water if only you have work actually. So this one you can get it without much struggle. But the another, you now move higher. The more higher you go, the more you have to put more effort to be able to progress upward. The second one, which is the safety, talk about security of body, of employment, of resources, of morality, of the family, of health, of property. That is being safe and secure. Have a roof under your head. After then, you now move. When you have had a secure, when you have gotten employment, you have seen how that you put your head on, you now start thinking of friendship, family, sexual intimacy, that is love and belonging. And after then, you now go to self-esteem. Confidence is when you belong to a group. When you know you are from a good family, you have a responsible partner, then you now like, oh yes, I'm confident in whatever I'm doing. And you need a respect from others, whether directly or indirectly, consciously or unconsciously. You know that yes, people will now respect you and you'll be respected. And after all this one, you now move higher to self-actualization. By this time, you talk about creativity, spontaneity, then you are there to solve problems, you lack prejudice, you are acceptant to the fact that, oh, this is where I belong, and you are really carrying out the duty that everybody know that this is your duty. As a father, as a mother, this is what you're supposed to do, and you are doing that. And when it comes to fulfillment in life, self-actualization according to your career, you are able to reach the height of your career. That is the second theory of human need we are going to discuss here is Adolphus existence, relatedness, growth theory of needs, commonly known as ERG theory of need. In some literature, you find it as motivational theory. ERG theory was propounded by Clayton P. Adolphus, and the model appeared for the first time in a Psychological Review article titled an empirical test of a new theory of human need in 1969. That is like over 61 to 68 years after Maslow hierarchy of need had been in existence. And this ERG theory came to be is like a reaction to Maslow's famous hierarchy of need. Adolph is an American psychologist, and he postulated that there are three groups of human needs that influence worker behavior. Like I said, some literature look at it as motivational theory. According to ERG theory, these three groups of human needs are existence, relatedness, and growth. The three human needs recognized by Adolph's theory are: 1. Existence. This group of needs is concerned with providing the basic requirement for material existence, such as physiological and safety need. And these existence needs are Maslow's first two levels of need. This need is satisfied by Bonnie Ann in a job so that one may buy house, that is shelter, food, clothing, etc. Remember what we said about Maslow hierarchy of need and this theory of need. We said that the Adolph's existence relatedness growth theory of need are mostly considered as motivational theory, and that is why, according to him, he is looking at the existence need, which are the first two level need of Maslow hierarchy of need, and this need money to satisfy, and they include food, shelter, and clothing. The second one is relatedness. This group of needs center upon the desire to establish and maintain interpersonal relationship, and when you consider it in Maslow hierarchy of need, is the third and fourth level. So with relatedness need, you talk about social and external esteem, involvement with family, friends, and co-workers and employer. The third one is the growth needs. This encompasses internal esteem and self-actualization, desire to be creative, productive, and to complete meaningful tasks. And according to Maslow hierarchy of needs, is the fourth and fifth level. These needs are met by personal growth. A person's job, career, or profession provides significant satisfaction of growth need. However, when you look at this ERG theory, contrary to what Maslow's idea is, considering that the higher level of his pyramid requires satisfaction in the lower level need, Adolph declared that the three ERG areas are not stepped in any way. In another word, in ERG theory, you cannot say that by the time existence theory is being met, it will take you to relatedness theory and growth theory. Unlike Maslow hierarchy of need, that so when you get, it's like step by step. When you get the physiological need met, it will progress to security, safety and security, progress to love and belonging, and so on and so forth. But ERG say no. One area is not step to another in any way. And ERG recognize that the order of importance of the three categories may vary for each individual. For an individual, is the existence need that is more paramount at that point in time compared to relatedness need. While in the other way around, another person may say, no, relatedness is the one that is more paramount to me than the first one, which is the existence need. Managers must recognize that an employee has multiple needs to satisfy simultaneously. So as a manager, even as a manager, you should know that yes, your employee has all these needs to satisfy simultaneously. According to ERG theory, focusing exclusively on one need at a time will not effectively motivate. So when you say that you are focusing on existing need, no, it will not motivate an individual. So both of them can work together simultaneously. In addition, the ERG theory acknowledged that if a higher level need remain unfulfilled, the may regret to lower level need that appear easier to satisfy. And this ERG now, that when you see that, oh, the need for growth is not forthcoming, probably instead of you to keep on languishing in pain that, oh, you are not growing, then that show you regret back to the relatedness. So the person may regret to lower level need that appear easier to satisfy, because that one you can easily get it compared to that of growth. And if relatedness need is not easy for you to get, then you go back to existing need. That is, if the gratification of a higher level need is frustrated, the desire to satisfy a lower level need will increase. Adolph identified this phenomenon as frustration regression principle or dimension. That is, where instead of you to keep on languishing in pain at the higher level and you are not progressing further, you just have to move lower down to the next level lower down, so that at least you can still maintain your cool head as much as possible. This is the diagrammatic representation of ERG theory. That, yes, from existing need progresses to relatedness need and growth need, and that is why it's satisfaction and regression. But when one's supposed to be progressing and you are finding it frustrating, you just resolve to let me come back to where I'll be comfortable. And that is for relatedness. Instead of progressing to relatedness, the person is finding it difficult over there, the person will come down to existence. That is frustration and regression. Looking at it, when this person is at the state of relatedness and instead of him or her to progresses to growth need and is finding it difficult to maintain this growth need, so what he does is just regress back to relatedness and back to existing need, depend. And at that point we have what we refer to as frustration and regression. So, however, ability for one to retrace himself that, you know what, if this relatedness is not going forward, then he come back to existence. Or if this growth is not going for, is not able to maintain the growth need, he fall back to relatedness. He said strengthening and satisfaction. And that is why we have it here, that if the gratification of higher level, that is higher level less than relatedness from existence to relatedness, is frustrated, the desire to satisfy this lower level become increased. At least I cannot reach this stage, let me maintain a level at this lower level. So Adolph identified this now as ability to say, oh, I cannot be frustrated forever, let me come back and maintain where I should be, pending the time I can move forward. Is known as frustration or regression principle. And a good example is, if growth opportunity are not provided to employee, they may regret to relatedness need. In another one, when an employee supposed to be empowered to growth need to be fulfilled, if the individual is not fulfilled, he regret back to relatedness need. And that shows that the person will just be in that work just to socialize with co-workers and just to earn money and be able to cater for his family and the rest. So, however, if that one also, if the relatedness is not being achieved, what happened? At that point, something happened to threatening the job of the individual. And that shows the basic need of that individual, the existing need of that individual will not be achieved. And the person may become desperate and panicking. And that is all we have today in theory of needs. We have discussed Maslow hierarchy of need and existent relatedness and growth theory of need. So go back to the course page and click on topic 2. You will have your assignment there. You will see assignment on topic 2 and attempt the assignment. See you in class on Monday by 2 p.m.